Proverbs chapter 14 verse 21 says, He that despiseth his neighbor sinneth, but he that hath mercy on the poor, happy is he. Verse 31 says, He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him hath mercy on the poor. Throughout the Bible in general and Proverbs in particular, God emphasizes taking care of the poor. The greatest teaching I know on this is Jesus' parable of the Good Samaritan. In Luke chapter 10 verses 30 through 37, Jesus told a story of a man who was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves. They stripped him, wounded him, stole what he had, and left him half dead. A priest came by, and a Levite, who was another religious man, came by, and they passed by on the other side of the road. And then a certain Samaritan came by, and he bound up the man's wounds, took him to an inn, and took care of him. And Jesus then said, Go thou and do thou likewise. The greatest example of this that I know is Good Samaritan Baptist Missions, based right here in Villa Rica. Their home office is here. Bob and Joan Tyson of Villa Rica felt the call of God in the late 1960s to go to Central America as missionaries. They trained at Tennessee Temple College up in Chattanooga, and the college there had established missions in the mountains all around Chattanooga, and they used their students as pastors. And Bob and Joan went up into those mountains, and they began to see the need that children had, and they began to try to meet those needs, and took care of them and helped them, bought them Christmas presents, and soon people were coming to see who was being so good to their children, and many people came to know the Lord. When they were saved, needed to be baptized, the college would send people up into the mountains to baptize them, and they were doing that so often that they ordained Bob earlier than they would have otherwise, so that he could do his own baptizing. Bob and Joan finished school and went to Nicaragua and later to Honduras and spent the rest of their lives in Central America. Joan died just recently and Bob a few years ago. They established way over 100 churches in the little small communities there in Nicaragua and Honduras, a Bible Institute to train pastors for those churches, 2 Christian schools with over 1,500 students, a Feed the Hungry program where they feed hungry children, hundreds of them daily, and an elderly center where they take care of older people. All because Bob and Joan Tyson decided to be good Samaritans, and as a result they've seen untold thousands come to know the Lord. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 31 says, He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him hath mercy on the poor.